things up. He's Alex Jones, broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas, worldwide.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. David Knight is coming up in the next segment to host the balance of the transmission, and I'll be back in Texas tomorrow. Again, these are incredibly historic times we're living in, now just 5 days out from the inauguration of Donald Trump. I want to talk about now the major move by the establishment corporate media and rogue elements of our intelligence agencies, as well as foreign multinational banking institutions, to overturn the populist movement in this country. Now, they still operate like the public are idiots, but they're having to admit global government's real. They're having to admit their system is unelected and unaccountable. They're having to admit that they've got a crisis and have to head us off at the pass. Their answer is authoritarianism. Have an EU army go into the EU member states and not let them leave. That's right, that's being announced. Ignore the Brexit vote, which they've now announced. And here in America, have state-run media come in and block all independent, liberty-based media, truth-based media. Now, that's a tall order, isn't it? Well, they're willing to do it. The people that hijacked America and Europe have basically set up a corporate world government from our ingenuity, our technology, our hard work, and the oppression and sweat of third world populations as well. And so now they are desperate to try to turn the tide of history and are floating all sorts of propaganda about suspension of this election, postponement, national emergencies, martial law. This is being trial ballooned everywhere. A bunch of Democrats aren't going to the inauguration. Members of Congress are saying that Trump's illegitimate and the media is giving him a bunch of support and coverage to hope it snowballs. And then Ron Paul comes out in a statement, it's up on Infowars.com, and says he's really concerned about the deep state overthrowing Trump if they can't infiltrate him, and nudge him that they could do to Trump what they did to JFK in 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Now, you notice that is echoing exactly what I've been saying for months. And again, we're on target. I told you they try to overturn the delegates, that they do recounts. I told you they federalize the elections. Obama did that 2 weeks ago. So if they do try to overturn this election now, the new election will be under their control. Now, let me pull this up from Infowars.com right now because it's so incredibly important. And again, you can tie all this into the treasonous behavior of MSM, going, oh, the Davos group says the communist Chinese are going to save us and use their economic will to grapple with Trump, and they'll keep America in line. Our own media is so traitorous and so lapdog and so disconnected that they don't think it sounds traitorous and treasonous and bizarre and collaborator to be praising the communist Chinese as the corporate saviors to link up with the globalists and the Bloombergs of the world to continue to oppress the American people and other populist movements into submission. I mean, you couldn't write a script like this. It'd be like if aliens invaded the earth and the corporations came out and said, let's join with the aliens against fellow humans. I mean, the script is that ass backwards. It's so obviously bad guy, villain garbage. And again, it's a huge victory because they're now having to admit it all. Now, here's the story. Will the CIA assassinate Trump? Ron Paul warns of more powerful shadow government. Trump is treading dangerous waters and risk the fate of JFK. Some Max Slavo article up on Infowars.com. It isn't just that Donald Trump routinely thumbs his nose at the establishment, insults media figures he sees as unfair, and bucks conventional wisdom. It is that President-elect Trump is defying the will of the deep state, military-industrial complex, base of ultimate power in the United States. This is why he's treading dangerous waters and risks the fate of JFK. And that's what Ron Paul is saying in an interview posted to Infowars.com. This story is very important, and embedded in the article, we've added my emergency message to Donald Trump that I cut yesterday, where I lay all of this out. Now, here's why the so-called deep state people are in big trouble. If this was 10 years ago, a president could not buck you, okay? But also 10 years ago, you had people in place who were globalist establishment minions. But now the climate is such that even most people in intelligence agencies understand that the global elite controlling things are really nasty, bad people. It's not that intelligence agencies in the modern era aren't for command and control authoritarian states, but that was because they were taught from college that we need authoritarianism to control third world and Arab countries, not that the West needed to be under authoritarianism. Now, that was still kind of an arrogant, elitist, white man's burden, Rudyard Kipling angle that came out of the British Empire, that whole spirit, that whole attitude. But this goes so much further into actually social engineering society and creating autocratic systems so that you have a servile, dumb population that needs to be led and needs to be controlled. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, the ultimate form of oppression, to create a servile, dumbed-down mass of people, which WikiLeaks and other documents show is their admitted plan. So now that we have global government out in the open, let's start really dissecting who's behind it. Special corporate interests that don't want to just defend America or just get rich competing to create powerful weapon systems, but groups that are creating weapon systems that are designed to even make our so-called allies dependent, and that are designed to actually create wars, not stop wars. I mean, what's the point of creating all these weapons and all these systems if they end up destroying the planet? What is the point of that? They always claim that they're pitching global government in the name of ending war, when their global government is actually at war with humanity itself and at war with civilization that is more equally distributed. And I don't mean that in some communist term. I mean in the free market of ideas. They're creating the ultimate class structure where they want data, information, life extension only transferred to the elites and segregated from the general mass of public in a breakaway civilization system. So everyone should go to Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com and get this article with Ron Paul basically warning of everything I've warned of. The deep state is incredibly inbred. It's disconnected from reality. It's eugenics based in its philosophy and systems, and it is the main threat to our planet today. I'm not opposing the aristocracy of the planet because I want to be the aristocracy. That's the old classic revolution that revolutionary is tomorrow's, ruler. No, I truly want to have a free market, renaissance, open culture like the forefathers did, and I am someone who 100% believes in Americanism, not globalism. Globalism is just old, corrupt, centralized empires where you have to have a license to even have a job or a license to create a good, and where everything is run by monopolies and inbred elites who run around with their noses in the air. I fundamentally hate those inbred elites that do not deserve to rule over us. Because if they were true leaders, they would understand that they could lead and people would follow them and support them, but instead they want to rule over us instead of leading by example. You are inbred, you are degenerate, you are anti-human, you basically project your own self-loathing and hatred onto us, and you need to fall. But the big news is only 5 days left. They're openly now discussing in the news overthrowing the Trump election. We are right again, folks. And again, I don't like to brag and say we're right, we're right, we're right. You need to understand we have the blueprint. We have the program. We understand the enemy operation. And if we will just spread the word and expose it, they will fall. I am very proud to announce the introduction of the highest quality Infowars Biome Defense Probiotic. We wanted to come out with the largest spectrum of high quality known probiotics that have been proven to improve overall digestion and health and detoxification in the body. Biome Defense is an exclusive blend of 50 billion live and active cultures from over 23 different probiotic strains that are known to support digestion and intestinal function. Our researchers are confident that we have been able to develop what will be the leading probiotic on the market. Secure your Biome Defense in ultra strength or regular strength at InfoWarsLife.com today and get started supporting your digestive system naturally. We've been testing this formula for years, but this is the limited first run to the public, so please take advantage of it today. Support your own health and support the InfoWar.